Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Projector channel here at YouTube. And I almost feel embarrassed to actually have this album or this review to kick off the month of November. I know, by the band that I'm focuses on, Tygers of Pan Tang, you'd think that this would be kind of good, even though Tygers of Pan Tang have had at least kind of a rocky sort of, let's say discography. The band pretty much was formed during the late 70s, with of course with Jess Cox on vocals and that, to releasing the very much raw, attitude-filled Wildcats, and then replacing Jess Cox with the very melodic John Deverill. And even though they still kept a bit of their metal edge, it was definitely more melodic on albums such as Spellbound and yes, Crazy Nights. But I guess even by the time of the Cage, especially that unreleased fucking album from 1983, they obviously were changing their sound. Even that unreleased 1983 album is, if you ever even do listen to that one, it's almost embarrassing to listen to. And after that, I didn't even give some of those because of knowing of the style. Of course, by that time, John Deverill was pretty much the only fucking member, and he pretty much turned it to his Tygers of Pan Tang. Almost doesn't even seem like fucking Tygers of Pan Tang due to the fact that there was no original members during those later 80s albums. But of course, Robb Weir ended up, resurrecting the band and ended up bringing a different singer. But of course, by the time of 2004, they've been having, with Jacopo Meille, Italian guy. I might have butchered his name, but he's been singing with them since 2004. And while his voice is definitely more closer to John Deverill than Jess Cox. So with the new album, you ain't gonna expect the sound that was present on Wildcats. That album is still gonna be the rawest album. However, you do at least at times do expect the sound of Spellbound. And you do, with the first two tracks that kicks off this album, Only the Brave and Dust. Both good songs to kick off the album, but by the time you get to the song Glad Rags, it just turns into pure, almost sing-along like stuff. And while it's definitely a rocking track, it's just more of kind of a sing-along type of song, and at times almost feels a little embarrassing. But then after that, you then get a ballad, which is The Reason Why. Not a terrible ballad, but definitely doesn't come close to any of the type of ballads that you would get on Spellbound or even on Crazy Nights. Nothing really compared. It's more almost heavy AOR-ish, practically. Yeah. But this is where I almost feel that the album becomes almost formulaic. Because after The Reason Why, you then are treated with two other good rockin' tracks, such as Never Given, which is actually the closest you're going to get to the kind of speedy riffing that was very present on Spellbound. And after that, you then get Do It Again. Good song. Another one. Real good rocker. But after that, just like with Glad Rags and The Reason Why, you get one embarrassing sing-along, and this one is called I Got the Music in Me. Oh my god, this is almost fucking embarrassing to listen to. Such an embarrassing lyrics and whatever. It's like, it's one of those where it's trying to make you get up and fucking dance, practically. And after that, you then get a ballad, which of course is called Praying for a Miracle. But after that, you then are treated with Blood Red Sky. It starts off kind of slow, but then builds into kind of a slow, pretty good kind of guitar-driven track. Good. After that, you then get another ballad called Angel in Disguise, and it's more acoustic, but at least the song is definitely at least at 1 minute and 52 seconds, so it's definitely a short one, almost barely making the 2-minute mark. But after that, it then ends with The Devil You Know. Good rocker. Basically, the album's almost formulatic. Starts with 2 good tracks, goes with 2 almost embarrassing like songs, back to 2 good rockin' tracks, and then back to 2 embarrassing songs, and then 1 good track, 1 another embarrassing, and then 1 ends with another good one. So you get 6 at least good songs with 5 kind of almost at times throwaway tracks. Out of all the new wave of British heavy metal bands that have released new material within 2016, this is actually the weakest. Surprisingly, this is. Fucking Diamond Head put out a much fucking better album this year. And even Vardis, they released a freaking good album as well. Hell, even Steve Grimmett's Grim Reaper Walking in the Shadows is actually much better than this. And of course, Quartz's newest album. That album's also really better than this. Even though this album's definitely going to be better than Def Leppard's last album. But that's not to say that this album is completely terrible. This is a good album. And I wanted to review this when it came out. But after listening to this, at times I really am like, well, maybe it was a good thing that I didn't jump on it. But I'm still not happy that the fact that that my review of this album starts the month of November. That it kicks it off. So, there you have it. What's my rating? 6.8 out of 10. I know. Kind of a little high due to the fact how lukewarm I feel to that. I think because the reason I feel so lukewarm to this is the way the tracks have been, placed. The album, it just feels very lopsided. I think the fact is if they arrange the songs in a much more consistent matter, maybe this album I wouldn't feel the way that I do with this album. But the way that they arranged the tracks, it very much kind of it kind of hurts the album. It's not so much the songs themselves that are crap. Of course, Glad Rags and definitely Got the Music in Me are definitely probably the 2 of the weakest songs on this album, with the ballads being somewhat alright, even though not being on par with any of the sort of emotional kind of ballads that were present on Spellbound and Crazy Nights. It's just the way they arranged the track listing. But it's not a completely terrible album. Again, songs such as Never Give In, which is actually the best song on this album. To me, I think Never Give In and Do It Again are probably the 2 of the best. But again, the rocking songs, at times, they are good. But the tracks that were just thrown in there, like Glad Rags and I Got the Music, of course. You know what? Let me kind of break this up. What type of title is Glad Rags? That almost sounds like a name for some fucking product that fucking Clorox would put out. Jesus Christ. Really? So, of course I bantered on. Again, I gave it a 6.8. It's not a terrible album. It's definitely kind of high because of the songs that I find to be good. But it's definitely probably the weakest out of the albums of this year that I've heard. It's definitely a very inconsistent album, and at times it falls into an embarrassing formula. So there you have it. If you have heard this album, it's been out since fucking September. October. If you have heard this album, you can definitely post your comments down below. You may disagree with me, you may agree with me, I don't know, I really don't care. It's your opinion, it's my opinion. But, so, until then, this is Heavy Thrash, I'm out, and I'll see you later.